It's a High Raw Life, episode number 26. Do you remember a while back I was telling you about this? Somebody told me it was called the Cafe Steamer. It's a frozen meal, a healthy something frozen meal. Anyways, I said I was going to try to sprout in it. Ta-da! Look at that. Isn't that awesome? So this is actually from two. I think when you get the meal, it has one base and then this top. See, it's kind of has holes in it. Okay, do I recommend using this for alfalfa sprouts? No, I don't. The holes are too big. So when I put the seeds in, I actually ended up having to put a coffee filter underneath it to rinse it for the first few times. Once they started growing, then it was okay. They didn't all fall through, but it was kind of a hassle. I will reuse this for larger things. Lentils, wheat berries, mung beans, anything that has a bigger seed, I would use that in. So on the same trial of doing this, I ran my sprouts through my usual container and got also a lovely bunch of sprouts right there. And then I also tried sprouting in a nut milk bag or a sprout bag. Now I have done this before, but I don't think I ever did alfalfa seeds in it. Well, I failed completely. I totally failed at it. These bags, the nylon, I think maybe a hemp sprout bag would be better, but these nylon bags dry out really quickly. So I lost a whole batch of seeds in there. I kept moistening the bag several times a day, but I guess I just couldn't keep up, and once they died, that was the end of that. So be it. I just won't do alfalfas in there. So here we go. I have a lot of sprouts, and guess what? I'm going to start some more seeds to get ready to put them back into one of the sprouters. Now I'm going to do about a tablespoon. The reason that I want an abundance of sprouts is because I'm going to start this week doing a lot of blended soups, and sprouts are an excellent thing to add to blended soup. So all I'm doing, I'm all out of glass jars. I started cleaning my pantry and taking everything out of packaging and putting it in glass jars, so I don't have any. So that's no big deal. I'm just going to use a glass. So I put about a tablespoon of alfalfa seeds into the glass, and I'm going to fill it with water. You should fill it with pure water, not tap water like me. Anyways, I'm going to let this soak overnight, and then tomorrow I'll strain this out and put it into, and rinse it and put it into one of my sprouters. So what am I going to do with all of these sprouts? Well, I'm going to make a blended soup right now. If it comes out good, I'll put the recipe underneath, and if it doesn't come out good, then just, here's the deal. You have to try things, right? So the base of my blended soup is one large cucumber. Now I'm going to throw that in first and blend it up a little bit before I add anything else. See? Okay, so that's the base of my soup. It's going to be good. I'm really excited. This is my first thing besides a juice since last week. Then I'm going to add in, I have a handful of flat leaf parsley, so that's going in along with my cucumber. And I'm going to take a nice big handful of sprouts. I would say this is a little overflowing half a cup, maybe 3/4 of a cup of sprouts. Then I have one nice fat scallion. I'll put that in. I picked things that were in the refrigerator that sounded like they would go good together. And I had one tomato that looks like it's about ready to get out of there, so I'm just going to throw that in as well. 2 cloves of garlic I'm putting in. I think I'll just do a squeeze of lemon. Lemon always seems to be good in everything. Uh-oh, I think I'm having a pit in my soup. That's okay though. And now I also need to have some fats, you know, throughout the week, because I didn't have any last week when I was juicing. So I'm going to put in half of an avocado. And that's going to make my soup creamy too, so I'm kind of looking forward to having that, since everything I've been having has been kind of juicy. Okay, also in my refrigerator, I found this container with spiralized beets. It must be 1 beet. I'm just going to throw it in. It's kind of been in the fridge for a while, but you know, root vegetables last a long time. So I think that's it. I'm going to blend that down before I put my seasoning in. So we'll see what happens. I may need to add some water. Oh, it's really pretty color. Even though it's just one beet that I put in, now it looks kind of like borscht, right? So I'm going to add some seasoning in. Oh, it's nice and thick too. Let's see. I'm just using this spoon, but I'm only putting in about, let's call that 1 teaspoon. No, not a whole teaspoon. That would be too much. We'll call it half a teaspoon of salt and some pepper. Shake, 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 shake. Okay. I don't want to do too much. Like, I have nice things in there and I want to be able to taste them. So a little salt and that's it. That's for today. Every day I get to create a new soup. So excited. Woo! Check out my new bowl. Woo! It looks a little like my sign, right? I know, it's cute. Okay. I hope it's good. Well, that's a huge bowl of soup, isn't it? Let me taste that. Yummy. That is really good. I'm going to top it with some crushed red pepper flakes, a lot. And why? Because I'm freezing, as always. It's cold outside, and I want to have some spice. This is just fantastic. There you go, bowl of soup. You see that? I don't know if you can see that. I always say that, don't I? I don't know if you could see that. Thanks for watching It's a High Raw Life. Start sprouting if you haven't already, because it's great. I'm going to use these up this week and make a whole new set of sprouts. I'm going to try new blended soups every day. I've got tons of recipes and several books, but I really like to just make up my own stuff a lot of the time. And start eating some raw food.